in. Coming up. Moving in. Last of them in. They're set to go. Ready now at Ballarat. Favourite drawn 2. Racing. Striker Light began well. Scarlet Blue Boy led early. Striker Light straight up on the rail to join it, and Wandabale going around the outside. It and Striker Light come clear now of Shimmer Musket, Furious Fear. Getting back, Hold On Bellina, Red Rocket Socks, and dropping out Scarlet Blue Boy is back near the rear of the field. Miss Nudge back at the tail, but they turn, and Striker Light sped away. Well clear of Wandabale. Hold On Bellina and Shimmer Musket, but Striker Light's going to romp in. Wins by about 10 lengths on the line to Hold On Bellina, Shimmer Musket. Then Red Rocket Socks, followed by Scarlet Blue Boy. Further back, Wandabale and Miss Nudge. And that's a good run, 25.32 to Striker Light on debut.
21 Surefire, 27 Mimosa. Moving in race 1. Runners coming up. Getting set, race 1 of the night. They're all in. Green light on. Striker Light favourite from box 1. They're all in, ready to go. Set. Racing. Striker Light a bit slow, but gets a good clear run on the inside as Mimosa leads it initially. Striker Light straight through on the rail to take the lead though. Followed by Mimosa and Extra Dive, Papa Chippy going around them. Chromie Bale, Surefire. Mimosa check. B Rose, Freakish Flash a long way back. Striker Light's off and gone though. Favourite 8 in front to Papa Chippy, Extra Dive running on Surefire. Behind them Chromie Bale and Mimosa, but it's all Striker Light, and Striker Light romping away. Striker Light wins the first by a dozen over Surefire, Mimosa and Chromie Bale grabbed 4th. They're followed by Papa Chippy, B Rose, Chromie Bar, Freakish Flash, Extra Dive a fair way back, and the run there 25.23 is a brilliant run by Striker Light. Last of them getting set. Favourite drawn 8. All in, set to go. Green light on. Ready at the bull. Racing. Striker Light a bit slow, but is getting a clear run wide out and is going to whip right around the outside to take the lead now. Off Tearaway Doc, Worthy Moment, Arbed Bale, followed by Mr. Perfect. Near the rail country, Jane Dakini, Allen, Prodigal Son, the tail ender. Striker Light sped away up to the turn, clear to Tearaway Doc. Country Jane, Arbed Bale, and very wide out Worthy Moment, followed by, back behind there, Mr. Perfect, but Striker Light clear. Tearaway Doc running on, but Striker Light too good. Beats Tearaway Doc, Country Jane and Dakini, Allen, followed by Worthy Moment, Mr. Perfect, Arbed Bale. Last Prodigal Son, 25.18 the run.
We're on its way. Heat 4 of the Laurel's about to get underway. Uphill Duel starts to cross over, but winning the jump there was Striker Light, and Princess Pout stepped on the speed. Striker Light heads a charge. Princess Pout into second position, and have a look at Uphill Duel. She's making ground now, chasing into third. A couple of lengths down the back is Crumps Beauty, just in advance of Relda Bale. Next in the run is Rainbow Ruby out there deep. Lightwood Miss is second last, and last of all is Crumps Rose. Heading their way off the back. Striker Light, a new leader now as they run their way through the home corner. Striker Light in front here. Princess Pout hot in pursuit, but Striker Light gets up here for Brett Barvo. Striker Light from Princess Pout. Next the run there was Arelda Bale. Behind him was Uphill Jill. Then next the run was Crumps Beauty, Rainbow Ruby well back there, and Crumps Rose. And
is in motion now. At the final call, 150 for Striker Light. They're ready to run. And away, and Striker Light was away absolutely brilliantly. Landed 4 lengths in front from Fairer Face. What's in store, the rail. They're followed by Super Smarty. Next to Relda Bale. They're followed by Lil Miss Banjo, Flying Cash and Del Mirage. Down the back, Striker Light has opened up 8 lengths here on Fairer Face. And then What's in Store and Super Smarty. The leader up to the bend is Striker Light. It's a minute in front. It's got it one from Fairer Face. And then came What's in Store. But Striker Light's romped home and won that by a space. Second, Fairer Face. What's in Store third, and Arelda Bale fourth. They're followed home by Lil Miss Banjo, Super Smarty.
370, 7 even Dalek. Green light ready to go. Race 10 of the Meadows. Set to run. Already set the racing. Out pretty fast. There would have been VT Swift, but going quickly on the inside. Harley Western showing speed is Striker Light now. And Striker Light goes to the back straight. 4 or 5 lengths clear. Over Harley West getting up on the inside. There came Peachy. They were followed then by Nalak around the outside. Deep out then came VT Swift. It's starting to make a little bit of ground. Followed then by Major Spoils. Out to the tail of the field there came Marley Sprite. And well back to would have been Dr. Harley. Turning for home though. And Striker Light's well clear. And Striker Light down to the line to win by 5 lengths to the good of Harley West. Second, third, Peachy. Followed by VT Swift. A gap in the race. Then Dr. Harley. Followed by Major Spoils. Then came Marley Sprite out to the tail of the field with Dr. Harley. And the time for the race is showing at 29.90.
Shimus on the favourite from the rails alley. Green light switched on. Here we go. Final chance. Ready. Racing, Shimmer Song got away cleanly. Striker Light away brilliantly. And she's rushing to the lead. Striker Light put up 5. Mac Tux going to second. They'll followed by Black Hole Sun, Aqua Cheetah, Shimmer Song. Then Better Course Louis, Shrixon and Flying Point at the rear. Striker Light is rolling along. She increased her lead. She led by 9 lengths. Black Hole Sun going to second. Then Aqua Cheetah and Mac Tux. Striker Light getting tired, but she's going to find the line. Striker Light first, beat Black Hole Sun. Third in the race, Better Course Lee. Fourth, I'm not sure. Aqua Cheetah, Provident with Shimmer Song. Then Mac Tux, Flying Point and Trixon back at the rear. Gee, she was hiking in the early stages. She was entitled to get tired. She's run 30.01 overall. 5:45 the early section. And then 13:68, 17:80. They don't go any quicker. 30.01 the overall time. She's come home in 12:21. 5, 7, 8 and 3. 5 Striker Light. 7 Black Hole Sun. 8 Better Course Louis, third ahead of number 3. Coming into position. Mac Molly and American Rose getting set. Striker Light, Dig Deep Shares on the outside. Green light through. Favourite Striker Light. Set and ready. Racing, Striker Light got away okay. The inside Miss Abival began brilliantly to lead. Striker Light is going up underneath her. Shortly after, shot to the lead, put up 5. Going to second, Dathy Allen. They were followed up by Queen of Zymes. Then Little Nangar. Further back came American Rose, Dig Deep Shares. Miss Abival dropped back, and last of all, Mac Molly. The leader, Striker Light by 5. Dathy Allen is coming really hard. The leader, Striker Light. Dathy Allen is charging home too late. Striker Light got in by 3/4, Dathy Allen. Dig Deep Shares, third, I think, just ahead of Queen of Zymes and Mac Molly close up. They'll followed in by American Rose. Little Nangar, Miss Abivar, one of the tail enders. She was getting very leg weary over the latter part, but she's got in the favourite. Striker Light first. Over 3 the white, Dathy Allen, who was really knuckling down at the end. Third in number 8, Dig Deep Shares. And fourth in Queen of Zymes. 6, 3, 8 and 7 are official. 30 and 46 the overall time. 5:57 early on, and then 13:98, 18:17. Home in 12:29. 30. In they go. Striker Light, Red Caliber, Jodie Lee Kate and Dathy Allen. Uphill Jewel, Andrea Doria. Mainline Osty, Princess Pout on the outside. The green light through for the National Futurity. We're set and ready. Racing, Striker Light and Uphill Jill both began cleanly, showing speed. Mainline Osty, Striker Jill is going to go through. Striker Light is going to go through to lead by 3 over Uphill Jill going to second. They'll followed by Andrea Doria, then Mainline Osty. They'll followed up by Dathy Allen, Princess Pout, Red Caliber and Jodie Lee Cade at the rear. Striker Light has gone for home in the Futurity, led by 5 over Uphill Jill, who can't hold on to her. Striker Light goes all the way by 2.5 to Uphill Jill. Dathy Allen third ahead of Andrea Doria. Followed in by Mainline Osty. Then Princess Powder Gap 2, Red Caliber. Jodie Lee Cade back at the rear. She's run around 29.7.
Wider out to Big Chicken at $14. Outstanding opening heat of the Richmond Oaks. Big final here next Friday night. The Group 1 National Futurity Champ, Strike a Light. In box number 3, the runner-up in that race, Uphill Jill in the 8. Our favourite has drawn the cherry, VT Swift. Green light through, opening heat of the Oaks, we're ready. Racing, VT Swift got away brilliantly, showing speed, Cardiology, and out wide. Uphill Jill is flying across. Uphill Jill has taken the lead. Put up 3, Strike a Light going to second. They've dropped the others, headed by Cardiology, Big Chicken, Cosmic Vintage, followed up by Velocity Kalina. They'll followed by VT Swift and Jameri Gizmo back at the rear, coming to the turn. Uphill Jill, tackled by Strike a Light. Strike a Light forged to the lead, is coming away. Strike a Light won, beat Uphill Jill. Cosmic Vintage grabbed third ahead of Cardiology. Then Velocity Kalina, followed in by VT Swift, Jameri Gizmo and Big Chicken at the tail. They've run 30 and 65 in the opening heat of the Richmond Oaks. Strike a Light. Gee, that has been a big performance. She has run Uphill Jill down. She's giving her a start and a beating. 30 and 65. And the 2 Victorian girls are into the final. Next Friday night. Number 3, Strike a Light first. She's a black bitch by KC and all out of Pretty Fancy. Owned by George Ferrugia, trained by Brett Bravo in Victoria at Lovely Banks. Uphill Jill second. David Gill. Cosmic Vintage, Darren Sultana third, Cardiology fourth over the line. 30 and 65 overall, 1.5 the winning margin, 3 between second and third, 1.5 by 3 were the margins. 3, 8, 6 and 2, 5.22 opening section, then 15.29, home in 15.36. 3, 8, 6 and 2 are confirmed after the
Aeroplane Bob on the inside. She's Grand and Fair to Bail, the Australian Cup winner. First time here in Sydney. Strike a Light. She won the National Futurity here in February. Blazing Bomber, Crackerjack, Chalk and Lucky Chap on the outside. 290 Strike a Light. 380 Lucky Chap. Green light through. Set and ready to go. Racing, Strike a Light began brilliantly. She's Grand away in a hurry, but Strike a Light has got great burn. Led by 2 through the first corner. Lucky Chap going to second. A long gap to She's Grand, Blazing Bomber, Crackerjack, Chalk. They'll followed by Fair to Bail and Aeroplane Bob back at the rear. Strike a Light is charging along in the lead. Lucky Chap can't hold on to her. 9 away to She's Grand, Blazing Bomber running on, but it's all Strike a Light. She goes all the way. Brilliant. Strike a Light by 2 to Lucky Chap. Third in She's Grand. I think just ahead of Blazing Bomber, then Fair to Bail. Followed in by Crackerjack Chalk. And Aeroplane Bob, the tail ender. She's run around the quickest. 29.7 odd. Strike a Light. She's into the semi-final stage of the Easter egg. 29.67, and that is a PB at the track. 29 and 67, and that is the quickest run of the night so far. The National Futurity Champ. She has led all of the way. She's won 4 out of 5 here now at 11 out of 18 overall. And she was brilliant tonight. She was really hiking in the early and mid stages. Lucky Chap, he's got a big engine. He just couldn't hold on to a mid-race. Strike a Light, she's a black bitch by KC and all. Out of Pretty Fancy. Owned by George Ferrugia, trained by Brett Bravo at Lovely Banks in Victoria. Lucky Chap in Jazzy, Strike a Light and Royal Turbo Full of Rust. Ando's Mac and Dathy Allen. Astrozone, Eisenhower on the outside. Second line coming in. The green light switched on. Striker Light, our favourite. We're set and ready to go. Racing, Striker Light began fairly. Endo's Mac moderately away. Lagoon Jazzy won the break. Striker Light moves up on the outside and assumed the lead. Going to third, Royal Turbo, followed by Endo's Mac. Then Dathy Allen, followed by Eisenhower. Astro Zone full of rust. Back at the rear, Striker Light tearing along in the lead. Led by 5 to Lagoon Jazzy. Followed up by Royal Turbo, then Endo's Mac. They swing. Striker Light, she's in a long leader ahead of Lagoon Jazzy, and Striker Light wins. Beat Lagoon Jazzy, Endo's Mac third, followed in by Astro Zone or Dathy Allen, followed up by Eisenhower. They'll followed in by Royal Turbo, and Full of Rust has wound up the tail. She's run around 29.6 again. Oh, doesn't she love Wentworth Park? Her love affair continues. Number 3, Striker Light. She didn't ping tonight. She got away fairly, and then she went bang. She charged up on the outside of Lagoon Jazzy, ran to the lead through the first corner, and she was breaking their hearts down the back, just tearing along in flying time. And Striker Light into another big final. Number 1, Lagoon Jazzy, has run second, ahead of number 2, Endo's Mac, who was third in and fourth going to number 6, Astro Zone. 3-1-2-6. 6 by 3/4 were the margins. 6 by 3/4 and 29.64 the official time. 5:41, 13.65, 17 ahead of them. Some of the champions of the sport have claimed this big race. Now they're coming in. Mac Tux and Lucky Chap, Slamming Thunder, Striker Light. Uphill Duel, Big Flood, Aqua Cheetah, Lagoon Jazzy on the outside. 80 Greyhounds down to 32. We have 8 in the grand final and the green light through. Here we go. Set and ready. Racing, Mac Tux away fairly. Lagoon Jazzy fired out. Lucky Chap away in a hurry. Lagoon Jazzy's going to take the lead by 2 through the first corner. Striker Light, she goes to second. The afterburners kick in. She rolls to the lead. Then Lucky Chap, Big Flood, Mac Tux. Aqua Cheetah's a mile back with Slamming Thunder. And back at the rear, Uphill Jill. Striker Light, she assumed the lead over Lagoon Jazzy. Lucky Chap, the leader, Striker Light. Lagoon Jazzy coming again. Striker Light narrowly. Striker Light beat Lagoon Jazzy, Big Flood third, followed in by Lucky Chap. They'll followed by Aqua Cheetah, Uphill Jill, then Slamming Thunder, and Mac Tux, one of the tail-enders. Striker Light has done it, albeit narrowly. Lagoon Jazzy has run the race of her life. Photo finish. The number is in the frame. Striker Light first. Lagoon Jazzy, what an enormous run. What an enormous run by the second greyhound. Big Flood a gallant third, but it's Striker Light. She's done it again in Sydney Town. She claimed the Group 1 National Futurity in February. She's done it again here tonight. She's claimed New South Wales biggest race, the Group 1 Golden Easter Egg, 29.99 the time. Lagoon Jazzy, she's run a gallant second. Big Flood third, Lucky Chap in fourth position. Half head by 3, 29.99 the official time. 5:39, 13.8.
8.50 Nature's Jet. Last of them in. Set to go, green light on. Ready, heat number 6. Set to go. Racing. Striker Light began well. Conmara Black won the start. Striker Light coming over with him the second now. Followed by Black Mumbo, Quotation Mark and Judicial Man. Further back, Nature's Jen as the favourite takes the lead. And the tail ender as they come off the back, Judicial Man as they come to the bend. And well back is Ocean Bay. Striker Light turned with a good break though. Race clear to Conmara Black. Striker Light clear in the straight. And Striker Light's a brilliant winner again. Raced away to easily beat Conmara Black. Third, Nature's Jet or Black Mumbo. Might be Nature's Jet narrowly. And they finish clear of Quotation Mark, Judicial Man, Ocean Bay. And the run there, 25.13.
Swagger 5-10 Barton Bale, and they're set to run. Race 8. They're off now. Striker Light, she began fast wide out along with Louis Lasagna. They go together in the early stages. Interplacing our Turbo Girl and getting up along the rails, Tito Mojito on the outside, Nitro Swagger. They're followed by Barton Bale and last Expecto Patronum, but the favourites taking the lead. Striker Light turning for home. She kicked out by 2 on Louis Lasagna, who is coming back at Striker Light in front. She'll win. Striker Light 3/4, Louis Lasagna. Third, Tito Mojito, and fourth in Nitro Swagger from Barton Bale. And then Expecto Patronum, and last our Turbo Girl. Time here 23.75. Race 7. Favourite from the outside. And they're off, and Striker Light bounce fast. She'll zoom over, she'll find the lead, and she kicks away by 2 lengths, settling into stride from Deadline to Meet and Keely Allen. 6 Green Thumbs has got to the outside and is running on. Next, Major Curly, last Splash to Cash. So they come to the bend, and it's the favourite Striker Light. She's opened up 4 lengths on Deadline to Meet. They're followed by Keely Allen and 6 Green Thumbs. It's Striker Light in front. She's all out, but she'll win it. Striker Light just over a length, Deadline to Meet. Third, Keely Allen. Fourth, 6 Green Thumbs from Major Curly and Splash to Cash. Time 25.27.
Race 8 about to go. Set. Racing. Wormburner only fair to go. Winning it was Quotation Mark. Striker Light got out of hard. Yarraman Ace going up on the rail, and right behind them Wormburner as they turn out of the straight. He got into bother there from Trickster Rocks, followed by Coolin King. He shall Fred and Cisco General. Striker Light went around to grab the lead now to Quotation Mark and Yarraman Ace. 4 to Wormburner. He shall Fred. Well back Trickster Rocks, but Striker Light the front runner. Quotation Mark running on. Striker Light turned in front of Quotation Mark. Striker Light too good. Beats Quotation Mark. Wormburner rattled up to get 3rd. 4th, Yarraman Ace. And they're followed by He Shall Fred, Trickster Rocks, Coolin King and Cisco General.
To the boxes, you need 4-7-1 for the quaddie. Only 2 backed here, Striker Light and Zipping English. The only 2 they want. Striker Light, long odds on favourite. Just about set with the green light now. Race 8. Ready for a start. They're set. Racing, Striker Light flew out from box number 5, goes to the early lead. Going up on the outside there, Connemara Black, and on the inner was Zipping English, not too far off the front runner. 3.5 Airborne and gone, then further back was G She Rocks. Last of all, Take That Banksy off the back though, and Striker Light, oh, it dashed away about 10 in front round the corner, and Striker Light's all over winner. Into second there, Zipping English, Airborne and gone, trying hard, but it's Striker Light by 10. Zipping English second, third Airborne and gone, and fourth Take That Banksy. Then further back in the field came Connemara Black and G She Rocks, and the run there is brilliant, 25.15 for Striker Light.
Ready. Racing, Striker Light away on level terms, is driving up on the rail, going with it early, Premier Jet. Cross from the outside, Venetian Mask. Aqua Cheetah's back about second last on the inside. To the back, Striker Light. It is Airborne. It's out by 6. Premier Jet. Now Aqua Cheetah's in the clear and starting to fly home. Further back in the field then came Venetian Mask. They jumbled up there. Hooker Nui, and they're followed by Sweeping Strikes. But coming to the turn, it's 10 in front, Striker Light. And Striker Light's going to win by 4 on the line to Hooker Nui, who flew. Sweeping Strikes. They're followed by Aston Amon. It looked injured, the other dog there, Aqua Cheetah, and back behind it was Venetian Mask, Premier Jet, 29.92. It was pretty rough behind the leader, who was high balling in front all the way. Striker Light, number 1, the winner. Second, 7, Hooker Nui. Third, 6, Sweeping Strikes. And fourth to 3, Aston Amon. 4.43, 16.68. Cop that. 16.68 to the back, and home in 13.24 for a 29.92. Must get a weather report from down on the track. It's quite possible there's a bit of a headwind. 2 3/4 by 2.5 with a margin. Striker Light, a Flying Machine, a Black Bitch by KC and All from Pretty Fancy. These KC and Alls, they've got unlimited speed.
Race 6 on the card. Favourite box 2 here, Striker Light. They're ready. They're racing. Striker Light, she bounced okay. She'll push through and she will lead. So it's Striker Light out of the straight. Into second placing goes Fast Times. Third, Yarraman Ace, and fourth is Angel Dash. They're followed then by Rumble Drive. Next came Rock Up Top. Well back in the field, Zipping Angus. And at the end of the field, he's loaded, but it's Striker Light. She's flying off the back. She's 6 lengths in front. Yarraman Ace and Fast Times. They're starting to bridge the margin back, but it's Striker Light with a clear lead turning for home. And Striker Light won it by 3 lengths. Second in Yarraman Ace. Third, Zipping Angus running on at the end, and Fast Times fourth. They're followed then by He's Loaded, Rumble Drive, Rock Up Top, and Angel Dash last of all. Time here 29:37.
From box number 4, and we're just about ready. Heat number 3 of the Ballarat Cup. And they're all in. Green light. Ready to go, race 5, heat 3 of the Cup. Set. And away. Striker Light began magnificently. Straight out to lead over Gentle Giant a length away. Favourites trying to cross, but Gentle Giant's going to hold her off the rail. And now Striker Light gets over. Race 2 in front, Crook Me Kindly. Then Gentle Giant. The rest jam up. Going to 4th, Peter Dale. Followed by Tick Along Nosy, King Size, Shamby, Zipping Bronze, Crash Cobra. But one of the golden girls of Australian Greyhound Racing, Striker Light, and she's well clear. Striker Light, a magnificent win by 8 lengths, Crash Cobra. Third to Crook Me Kindly, and then King Size Shamby, followed by Gentle Giant, well back to Zipping Bronze, and the trailers King Size Shamby with Tick Along Nosy, 25 and 49 for Striker Light.
This last leg goes. So they're just about all locked away. Green light's now on. Striker Light to bounce the favourite, $1.60. She's drawn the outside and they're ready to run. They're racing and she bounced beautifully, Striker Light, and she speared straight to the lead. Manila Dawn tries to go with her but can't do so. In third is Kilty Express, fourth is Signal Peak, next are you and Dallin Dynamo, but Striker Light's in full flight. She came to the turn and she's put a gap on them. She cornered about 8 lengths in front of Signal Peak and Manila Dawn. They're followed by Are You, but it is all Striker Light, and what an awesome return. Striker Light by 7, second Signal Peak, third Manila Dawn, fourth Kilty Express from Are You and Dallin Dynamo. The time $24.92 is $7.30, but the favourite to bounce out of 3 here, Striker Light, the clear fave, as the green light is turned on. Race 8 here today, $1.70 about Striker Light, and they're ready to go. They're racing and she bounced beautifully, Striker Light, and she'll lead Tiempo Dinero settling down. Third on the outside is French to Fench. Fourth along the rails is Must Have. They're followed in between runners Hungry Heart. Off the track is Are You, and at the end is Whiskey Rose, but Striker Light put them away quickly and she swung about 6 lengths in front of Tiempo Dinero. They're followed then by Are You, but it's all Striker Light. She glistens in the sunshine again. Striker Light by 3, Tiempo Dinero second, Are You third, Must Have fourth. They're followed by French Defence, Hungry Heart and Whiskey Rose. 24.97 the run.
The Group 1 Tamley, they're boxed and ready to run. They're set. Ready. Racing. Aston DB a little bit slow to begin. Speed there from Striker Light going through to lead them on the inside. Up to second, Curta Mabe out of the straight. A bit of a jam there. And shooting clear as Striker Light going to the back straight. It raced away. Striker Light's 10 in front. Aston DB going around the outside of Slicker. They were followed then by Bewildering. Then Poke the Bear followed by Curta Mabe and Raw Ability. And out of range back at the tower. Coming off the back though, Striker Light is well clear. Over Slick up to second. Followed then by Aston DB. In the straight and Striker Light is clear. Flying at the end Slick, but Striker Light won the Templey. Slick second, third spot on the race would probably go to Aston DB. Close hand, he poked the Barrett over the inside, Bewildering. Followed then by Out of Range, Raw Ability, Curta Mayhem. And the time for the race around 30.06.
The excitement has begun here at the Meadows for the opening night of the Australian Cup Carnival. It is the 60th running of this rich event, and what better way to kick off the carnival than with 3 Group 1 invitationals. Almost $300,000 will be won tonight with the Rookie Rebel, Zoom Top, and of course the Temley. It was a huge night for Fanta Bale, being named the Meadows Greyhound of the Year and backing up with a win in the Zoom Top.
And racing, And Fair to Bar was first into stride, going up quickly. Champagne Sally on the outside. Just in behind them there came Jalapeno, followed by Quick Jagger. 2 lengths away then came Packy Keeping, followed by Rip and Sam. And Welbeck Scott Keeping, and every rip at the tail, a lap to go. And the leader here was Champagne Sally, got away into the straight by 4 or 5. Fair to Bar is second. Up the third spot there is Quick Jagger. They were followed then by Packy Keeping, Jalapeno. Then came Rip and Sam the outside, followed by Scott Keeping, and every ripper at the tail coming off the back straight. Champagne Sally got a length and a half to the great Fair to Bar, followed then by Quick Jagger third. 4 lengths away, Rip and Sam is really starting to wind up very quickly in the straight though. Fair to Bar moved up on the outside, takes the lead, and the mighty Fair to Bar has won the Zoom Top.
Rob, she's absolutely dominated the invitationals here at the Meadows. What a dog.
I think anyone could train her. She just knows what to do, and just she's a machine. She just does it, and she's faultless.
And the Meadows Greyhound of the Year as well. What is it about the Meadows that she loves so much?
Well, funny you should say that. I've always thought she struggled a little bit here over the distance, but look, it's like every race. You need a little bit of luck as well. So she's had a bit of luck here, and but being such a tenacious chaser and knows what to do in a race, I'd say that's her quality.
Next up was the Rookie Rebel that saw Dinah Dean claim his first group win.
Racing, Chasing Crackers on the inside began okay. Dinah Dean was out in a hurry out in the centre, and Dinah Dean's going to charge the lead down the straight with a lap to go. 6 in front. Over Chasing Crackers, followed then by Henry Racing third. Next over on the outside there came Hecton Bale, caught up in traffic, followed by Royal Intention. Well back in the race there, second last down the back is Brugalino, and back at the tail is We're Out There, coming off the back straight though, and Dinah Dean the leader, blazing a trail in front by 6 lengths. Chasing Crackers, followed then by Henry. Next to the outside, Extreme Magic in the straight though. Dinah Dean's going to go all the way in the Rookie Rebel and win it by 4.
Mark, Dinah Dean is giving you your first Group 1 win here at the Meadows. It's something that you've dreamed about for a long time.
Oh, yeah, it has been. Like, I've led in a lot of group races, but got run down by Zyla Allen and Renegade Chief in the Australian Cup.
It was an invitational. Were you expecting the win beforehand?
Oh, no, not really, but when he led, it was kind of catch me if you can.
And Striker Light added the Group 1 Temley to her resume.
Racing, Aston DB a little bit slow to begin. Speed there from Striker Light going through to lead them on the inside. Up to second, Curta Mabe out of the straight, a bit of a jam there. And shooting clear as Striker Light going to the back straight. It raced away. Striker Light's 10 in front. Aston DB going around the outside of Slicker. They were followed then by Bewildering. Then Poke the Bear, followed by Curta Mabe and Roar Ability. And out of range back at the tower. Coming off the back though, Striker Light is well clear. Over Slick up to second, followed then by Aston DB. In the straight, and Striker Light is clear. Flying at the end, Slick, but Striker Light won the Temley. Slick second, third spot in the race would probably go to Aston DB.
Brett, Striker Light, she's a 3-time Group 1 winner. There was a bit of work to go into her before the Temley, but what a run.
Yeah, look, she just tries and chases. Like, that's just the best attribute, her speed and her determination.
And she's got such a big fan club here. There are so many people cheering her on. It just must be so special to be a part of.
Oh, that's right. Like, George Fuji owns it with us, and you know, he tips a lot in the sport, and he brings his whole family. And you know, like, it's when you get a dog win 550,000, it's life changing to people.
It is an invitational race. Did you give her much chance heading into it?
Oh, look, she's raced against Group Company since about a 6th start, so I think that was a 16th group race. So look, when the box draw came out, yeah, for sure, like, she's got good speed, and her second section's brilliant, so they've got to catch her. She's never been the fastest dog around, but certainly she breaks up races with her speed. So when the box draw came out, we knew we were in with a chance. This was always the target race to try and get her back for her, and all credit to her for chasing and trying, and she's done it.
What a fantastic night of racing we saw tonight at the Meadows for the first leg of the Australian Cup Carnival. The crowd went crazy for Fair to Bar. We saw Dinah Dean win his first Group 1, and Striker Light proved just how good she is.
Racing Perth Cup, Striker Light in 7. They're ready. Racing, Striker Light came out okay, showing early speed was Slingshot Gypsy, who's going to lead. Striker Light comes across to second, hunting up on the inside was Dandle Up Brutus. In behind them, Benny Manelli along with Our Champ. Well back was Kid Kansas. Last of all was Win Some Money. Down the back, Slingshot Gypsy, the leader by 3/4. Striker Light to the outside, levels up, eyeballs the other Victorian and goes past it. 3 lengths away, next was Benny Manelli, then followed by Dandle Up Brutus on the corner. Striker Light for Brett Bravo, swings for home and races into another Group 1 victory. Striker Light, big win. Second, maybe Slingshot Gypsy just ahead of Benny Manelli. Behind it was Our Champ, then followed by Win Some Money, Kid Kansas. Last of all, Dandle Up Brutus, 29.87. Tough win, top win.
In pretty well, heat 2 for the Cup, first leg of the quaddie. Great heat of the Cup coming up here with Speed to Burn, with Burn Like Fire and Strike a Light. And we're just about set to go. And the green light is there. Set race 5, heat 2 for the Cup. Racing, Burn Like Fire got away swiftly, vying for the lead, trying to go with it was Strike a Light, but it's Burn Like Fire by a length and a half to Strike a Light. Third Invictus Rapid, a length and a half Quotation Mark, then Cooter Mayhem. Set to Storm, well back Wilburdees, and tailed off was Unleashed Bolly coming up to the corner. On the outside there was Burn Like Fire, and Strike a Light's got the run on the inside. Strike a Light will get it by 2 to Burn Like Fire. Quotation Mark and then Invictus Rapid. From Set to Burn, then further back was Cooter Mayhem, well back Wilbur Deeds, and at the tail, Unleashed Bolly, and heat number 2 in 24.92.
One is right. Second line of Aston Dinnigan, Aston Duke, Black Mumbo and Zoom Out are moving in. They're nearly right to go. Strike a Light, 340 will run favourite for the Cup. The green light's on. Set for a start. Racing. Lightning Frank a fraction slow. Aston Dinnigan, Strike a Light were away quickly and Zoom Out across to join them at the head of proceedings. Black Mumbo winked a fourth from Jimmy Neewob. Then Zipping Captain followed by Aston Duke, and last of all is Lightning Frank along the side. Zoom Out in front. 2 clear of the face. Strike a Light who's running on now. Zoom Out in front. Strike a Light powering down the outside. Strike a Light winked to Zoom Out, and Strike a Light won the Cup. Strike a Light beat Zoom Out. Third across, Jimmy Neewob. Lightning Frank got home from a mile back. They were followed by Aston Duke. Well back in the race was Black Mumbo in company with Aston Dinnigan. Time for the run was 24.90.
Welcome to Warrnambool for their May Racing Carnival, and we are lucky enough to have our Group 2 Warrnambool Cup smack bang in the middle. Before the Cup kicked off, the Minister for Racing was on hand to announce a huge funding boost for the Warrnambool Club.
I am very pleased and proud to be able to announce a joint funding package of over $1.4 million to help support tonight's meeting and a major facilities upgrade here at Wannon Park.
The 2018 field is one of the best we have ever seen. Even the punters are struggling to find a winner of the $67,000 feature.
Strike a Light, 340 will run favourite for the Cup. The green light's on. Set for a start. Racing. Lightning Frank a fraction slow. Aston Dinnigan, Strike a Light were away quickly and Zoom Out across to join them at the head of proceedings. Black Mumbo winked a fourth from Jimmy Neewob. Then Zipping Captain followed by Aston Duke, and last of all is Lightning Frank along the side. Zoom Out in front. 2 clear of the face. Strike a Light who's running on now. Zoom Out in front. Strike a Light powering down the outside. Strike a Light winked to Zoom Out, and Strike a Light won the Cup. Strike a Light beat Zoom Out. Third across, Jimmy Neewob. Lightning Frank got home from a mile back.
George, we'll start with our heat win. It was a huge effort to come all the way from Perth, back it up in the Warrnambool Cup heats, and what a little champ she was in those.
Yeah, look, I've got the easy job as the owner, as you know. Brett and Kelly Bravo did everything they could to get her ready for the heats, and for her to run down a dog like Burn Like Fire in that heat, running 24.92, it was extraordinary. And she's backed it up again tonight, running 24.90. Look, she's just an absolute star. And the one thing with her is she chases really hard, and she puts herself into positions where she can win. And she puts herself in Group 1 races as well, where she's handled herself from a young age in group racing. And I think that's probably held her in good stead as she's gone along. She's had about 50 or so starts now, and she's been incredible. And, tonight was just one of the special wins for sure.
And that wraps up the 2018 Warrnambool Cup, and what an effort by Strike a Light, pulling through to win after finishing second last year.
Most of them loaded away here now with Wandabale, the reserve, gaining a run. Striker Light's the hot favourite. We're set. Green light on. 7th heat of the Cup. Racing, Striker Light, the champ on the inside, came out pretty well. Showing pace there was Fully Loaded. Striker Light can't lead, but it's trying to boot up with Mini Diva. And out wide on the track was Extra Gear, and then for the back, Italian Plastic. Well back, Racketeer. There with Wandabale and Penny Pop coming to the corner. Striker Light, don't tell me she's going to make another final. I've lost track of how many she's been in. She's a marvel, and Striker Light wins it. Second goes Extra Gear. Italian Plastic third from Fully Loaded. Then for the back was Mini Diva, Racketeer, and then came Penny Pop and Wandabale, and a run of 23.84.
Most recent victory prior to that was when she took out the Warrnambool Cup. Green light is on. The Star Chaser Striker Light, box 7, is the favourite. Racing. Pinging the line, Rebecca Bale. Striker Light began very fast and quickly went to second. 3 lengths to Racketeer. Pants on Fire to fourth, ahead of Gregorovich fifth. Next, the outside was Bomber's Return. Further back in the field as they make the run along the side, Lady Avenger and Dynabite. But Striker Light, she took over rounding the bend. She dashed 5 or 6 clear. Out very wide is Racketeer running on, but it's all Striker Light. She's too good for them. Striker Light beat a fast finishing Gregorovich. Racketeer ran in third. Rebecca Bale was in fourth. The next, Pants on Fire. Lady Avenger, Bomber's Return, Dynabite. 25-25 the run.
Race 8, Sandown Park. About to go. Set. Racing. Striker Light began well. Crossed Lila Bale easily in the run to the first corner. Going up fast were Leon John and then Degani behind them. Followed wide out Black Mumbo, Fast Car Driving and Zara's Entity last. Striker Light burnt clear down the back, led by 6 to a Leon John. Around the outside, Degani, deeper still Black Mumbo, and there followed Lila Bale, but it's Striker Light a big leader by 5 to a Leon John, then Degani, but Striker Light, she's a superstar chaser, she's clear and just too quick. Striker Light won it by a length for Leon John, third Degani, and then Black Mumbo, followed by Fast Car Driving, Lila Bale, Zara's Entity last in. What a superstar she is, Striker Light. 20